Level 1. The mistake. You made one bad call 3 years ago. Not a crime, not exactly. You looked the other way on a search warrant. You let a CI walk from a scene he shouldn't have walked from. You told yourself it was procedural. You told yourself it was one time. It wasn't one time. There's a folder on someone's desk with your name on it. Photos, timestamps, a chain of custody document with your signature on something that doesn't match the evidence log. You didn't know they were building it. You thought you were doing a favor for a guy who bought you coffee and called you brother. Then the envelope arrives at your precinct. No return address, 8 photos inside, a USB drive, a note with a number on it. Call this number or the folder goes to internal affairs by Friday. You sit in your car in the parking garage for 40 minutes. You call the number. Level 2, the handler. His name is Marsh. That's all you get. He doesn't meet you in person the first time. He calls from a different number every week. His voice is flat, professional. He sounds like someone who has done this exact conversation 100 times and found it mildly tedious. He tells you what you are now. Not a criminal, not a dirty cop, a resource. He uses that word carefully, like he rehearsed it. Your job is simple. When a case crosses your desk that involves certain names, certain addresses, certain investigations, you slow it down. You misfile a report. You lose a witness contact. You flag a lead as unproductive. That's it. You're not asked to plant evidence. You're not asked to hurt anyone. You're just asked to do less than your job requires at specific moments on specific cases. It sounds almost reasonable. That's how you know it isn't. Level 3, the architecture. 6 months in, and you start to see the shape of it. The cases you're slowing down aren't random. They connect. A money laundering investigation in the financial district links to a real estate developer who links to a city councilman who links to a federal contract. You're not the only one in the chain. You can feel it. The way certain cases just stop moving at the precinct level. The way prosecutors suddenly lose interest. The way witnesses relocate. There's a machine running underneath the city. You always suspected it. Now, you're one of its parts. Marsh calls you one Tuesday morning and tells you a name. A federal investigator named Ortega has been asking about a case file from 2021, your case file. He wants you to find out how far along she is. You do it. You pull her file access records through a contact in records management. You send what you find to a number that forwards it somewhere you'll never trace. That night, you don't sleep. Not because you feel guilty, because you realize you're not being blackmailed into doing small things anymore. You're being trained. Each ask gets slightly bigger than the last, so slowly you barely feel the gradient. Level 4, the investigator. Ortega finds you first. She doesn't come to the precinct. She's smarter than that. She sits down next to you at a diner on a Wednesday and orders coffee and says your name like it's a question. She knows something. Not everything, but enough to be sitting across from you instead of filing a report. She tells you she's been watching the pattern of stalled investigations for 2 years. She's mapped the interference points, and your name keeps appearing at the edges. Not at the center, at the edges, which she says is actually more interesting. She doesn't arrest you. She doesn't threaten you. She asks you one question. Do you want out, or do you want to keep pretending you're still one of the good ones? You don't answer. You leave cash on the table and walk out. You don't call Marsh. Level 5, the choice. Here's what nobody tells you about being blackmailed into a system like this. The people running it aren't watching you constantly. They don't have to. They build it so you watch yourself. So you police your own loyalty out of fear. The folder over your head doesn't need to move. It just needs to exist. You do the rest. Ortega contacts you again 3 days later. A burner phone left in your car. One message. I can make the folder disappear, but I need what you know. And here's where it gets complicated. Because what you know isn't just your own exposure. It's names. People inside the system who are also compromised. People who thought they were making one bad call and ended up exactly where you are. Some of them are dangerous. Some of them are just scared. You build a document. Everything you've seen. Every connection. Every ask from Marsh. Dates. Case numbers. The forwarding number you've been sending information to. It takes you 4 nights. Your hands don't shake while you type it. That worries you. Level 6, the wait. You send the document. You don't know what happens after that. Not immediately. The machine doesn't announce when you've damaged it. It just gets quieter. Marsh stops calling. The number disconnects. Maybe Ortega buries it.
maybe it goes somewhere real. Maybe you've just handed your own evidence to someone else inside the same system wearing a different face. You go to work Monday morning. Badge, gun, coffee. The precinct hums like it always does.
Somewhere in a building you've never been inside, someone is reading what you wrote. And somewhere else, someone already knows you wrote it. You sit at your desk, you open the next case file, and you do your job, the real one, for the first time in 3 years.